What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and zoinks! Things are getting even more spicy in the Naughty Dog whodunit. First, we were told that it was a disgruntled employee upset not only over crunch, but over the fact that they had approached bosses and asked for an advance on their bonuses to help survive everything going on right now. See, when you work for a video game developer, you're often underpaid, at least market value, but you have the promise of sometimes gigantic bonuses once a game releases. It's not uncommon for game developers to have, say, a bonus that exceeds their entire yearly salary on the line, or multiples of that once a game releases. So the story was, a developer went, asked for an advance on that. More importantly, it was also reported that senior executives like Neil Druckmann had done the same thing and gotten theirs, and then when the employee was denied, they leaked the information. Now, I still don't know what to believe, because it seems like many of those on the inside, the industry shill types, are really, really pushing hard to convince us all that it was a hacker who did it. But here is what we know now. Jason Schreier reporting. Now, I strongly dislike Jason Schreier, but the guy's usually not wrong. Here he posts this morning, 5 a.m. Okay, after talking to two people with direct knowledge of how The Last of Us 2 leaked, as well as some Naughty Dog employees, I have a good idea what happened. Short version. Hackers found a security vulnerability in a patch for an old Naughty Dog game and used it to gain access to Naughty Dog's servers. Yikes. That's definitely some leaked hacksaw skills. He goes on to say, I think the footage that leaked is from the devs playing an early build. I haven't watched it. Most importantly, rumors of this being an act of protest by a contractor whose pay was robbed are not true. Naughty Dog actually extended pay and healthcare benefits for contractors due to the coup. Now, somebody who still doesn't believe it replies, yeah, sure, you watch too many hacker movies. This is actually called damage control. To which Jason Schreier replies, you know you're talking to the reporter who published an investigation into Naughty Dog's crunch practices less than 2 months ago, right? I realize it's a trend. It's trending to distrust media these days, but why would I want to do damage control for anyone? To keep your access? Video games, game journalism is a premium example of what access journalism is. Essentially, sites like Kotaku and Polygon survive on having early access to video games that the normies like you or I don't have, including YouTubers. Because of that early access, they are allowed to report on interesting facts about video games that literally nobody else can get. In exchange for that access, many believe, myself included, there is a quid pro quo type relationship between these game journalists and video game companies, where there are certain things you just don't say. It is almost like when you see YouTubers get a free gaming mouse or a free something like that, and then they talk about how great it is. That's kind of along those lines. Product reviews, when you receive the product for free, are always sus, especially when that product is expensive and highly sought after. This is even that to a higher degree, because in video game journalism, their entire business model relies on it. If they were reporting on things that we all could already research, it would be over. Watching, YouTube videos of if every YouTuber had early access, nobody will go to Kotaku or Polygon because they're boring. Okay, they go on to say, you managed to avoid spoilers. Yeah, nah. People have been sending me nonstop, but I'm not bothered. They're all kind of meaningless outside of the full context of the game. I don't know. Now, here's Pixelbutts laying out a more specific example, which was corroborated by Jason Schreier, saying, for those of you interested in The Last of Us 2 leaks and how it happened, here's your rundown. I have no idea how many tweets those take, so buckle up. Well, there's a few. Every Naughty Dog game has a final patch that is pushed to the game that contains an Amazon AWS key. That's Amazon Web Services. It's like a CDN. That, when paired with a secret bucket ID, now that's given to you by Amazon, will give full access to the server's contents. There's a different key and a bucket ID per game. This is important. This vulnerability was discovered by recently by some hackers, took full advantage of it. It's not a vulnerability. It seems like a mistake. Saving The Last of Us 1, Uncharted 3, and other dev stuff. At the time, it was disclosed to me around early February and was very early on, January 2020, it was discovered. Come March, keys and data were saved, somewhere around 1 to 3 terabytes through only, though I can only say 1 terabyte for sure. They were trying to dump The Last of Us 1 in an effort to get the game's key as used Uncharted 3 and Last of Us 1 material. So surely TLU 1 had TLU 2. No idea in the end, but come to April, things got spicy. In April, all the leaks were validated by footage posted. I cannot speak for the text post with the story, but I can say that the dates from the discovery and disclosure match the timestamps in the footage as well. You can check yourself, bottom left of the footage. Come the 30th, late at night, the source had disclosed to me, stated that the key had changed, so Naughty Dog for sure knew how to resolve the issue. And no keys now work with the bucket IDs. Now, this is good, but there's more. There's an individual who spoke to me is a direct source of the compromise, but is not, as far as I'm aware, not the one who leaked the material. I say this because even they were weirdly skeptical about the Naughty Dog employee leaked things because they were mad. I've been watching this for 3 months now, and after speaking to a first-hand source of this, my only conclusion is that they and their immediate circle did not leak it and shared information relating to what I described, and other party proceeded to leak such material. Now, this is, again, what they're saying is absolutely plausible. It's absolutely possible that this happened. But they go on to say, don't believe what sounds like the juiciest story, even if it's what you want to hear. Sometimes it's really that boring. Hackerman exploiting a vulnerability created by a company's own game to gain internal access. Hopefully this has been enlightening to you. One final note, the person that spoke to me asked me about my previous legal run-in. That's primarily what led to the disclosure to begin with. I do not advocate or suggest stealing or leaking. Preservation is important, but don't do it through stealing. Interesting. Good stuff. Now, I'm assuming this person, if you're... I don't know what their history is, but clearly they've probably been involved in something along these lines. But interestingly enough, now everybody's picking up that story. Hackers may have been behind those devastating leaks. I like how they call them devastating. I mean, I guess, look, I'm sure if there are people who are really excited for The Last of Us 2, having these leaks happen suck. But certainly, there's a gigantic group of people who were able to gain access to these leaks and save themselves $60 in a time when everyone's financial future is in question. So I'm torn on this. Now, you see them basically doing the same thing earlier that I did. Naughty Dog has also released their own statement on Twitter. Oh, this is the statement, and we got Ricky roasting them here. But more important also, what is Naughty Dog doing that is even more sketch? Well, they're DMCAing down memes. Breaking news. Naughty Dog is now issuing DMCA claims for memes and Reddit posts. Link below. So you see here, heads up people, Naughty Dog team is targeting Reddit users over memes. They're sending copyright notices over memes and jokes down. Nice going, Naughty Dog. Dear whatever, from time to time we receive a copyright notice, or we need a notice from a copyright holder stating that certain content on our website allegedly infringes on their rights. We have received a notice upon this claim. So you see somebody getting DMCA'd on Reddit. Here's another one. Dear Derp Crawler, we have a DMCA takedown notice over a meme, and you can see down here the image. Naughty Dog Sony DMCA meme I made on Imgur, based on Sam Hyde's caption, "The weak should fear the strong," with one frame of the leaks. I got a copyright notice from Naughty Dog because I posted a meme made in GTA 5 that spoils The Last of Us on a satirical drama Reddit. No actual content from the game is even used in the meme. I knew it was Sony and Naughty Dog are not lying. It was a dev that leaked this. It's not an outsider, blah, blah, blah. And then you see this post was removed by Reddit's legal operations team. Listen to me, Naughty Dog. Come here. Listen to me, buddies. I know you're mad. I know you're mad, and it must be terribly disappointing that one of two things happen. Either your own boneheaded hack exploit cost you millions of dollars, or a disgruntled employee leaked it. Either way, I'm sure you feel awful. I feel less bad for you if it was your own fault, but that's the case in both options, I believe. Stop this. Stop having a hissy fit. Stop striking down memes. Stop striking down videos. Stop it. You understand that the more you do this, the more interested people will get in the leaks, the more bad PR you're going to generate for your game, the more bad PR you're going to generate for Naughty Dog. The leaks are out there. You should have just posted 5 days ago and said, damn, this sucks. That's that. And then guess what? Most of the world would have forgot about this by now, except you keep perpetuating the story. It's like you're taking a playbook. You're taking the same playbook Susie Liu is using. We're now in like day 5 or 6 of coverage on this, and people are still very interested in all the silly things you're doing in reaction to your own boneheaded mistakes. The video game world is a fickle one, and people will never forgive you for this. Your own customers are starting to get angry about it. Stop it. Accept that it happened. Try to add value for the launch. Hopefully people still enjoy your game. That's the breaks. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.